All right. Hey guys, welcome to our call. It's Team Sweat Your Heart Out's first team call of 2017, just super exciting. And we have a guest speaker this week, which is even more exciting. So I don't want to take too much time away from Jasyra. Usually I do recognition in the beginning, but it's like 2 days into the month, so there's really not much to recognize. But we will be getting some really great news tomorrow, so we will be recognizing that. But I wanted to introduce Jasyra before I let her take over. So Jasyra and I met through Philly Fusion, which is the Philly Market Council, and I went to Super Saturday. That was like one of my first Super Saturdays there. And I believe you were teaching a live class one time. You taught a live workout there. And it's funny because James actually knew Jasyra and her husband before I even knew James, which is kind of weird. They met in Atlantic City, he was telling me. So it's kind of funny how everything comes around full circle like that. But we've recently decided to be success partners, and Jasyra has a really awesome story that she's going to share, so I don't want to share any details about that. But she is a one-star diamond coach. She's the founder of Team Love Fit. She's a Success Club 5 and 10 legend, 5 in her husband's business center, 10 in hers. She is the recipient of the Financial Fitness Independence Award. She's a team leader on the leadership ladder, and she's a member of the Philly Market Council. So there's another thing, but she's going to talk about that. I don't want to give that one away. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead, Jasyra.
All right. Thank you for that announcement. And yeah, the way that me and James met was like very weird, which we do have to talk about that. But all right. So I created a nice little slide because I like slides. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to keep it in this version because when I do full screen, then I can't see you guys. So today we're going to talk about making Success Club very simple. But first, Carolyn wanted me to talk a little bit about my story. So obviously I do have a transformation as far as losing weight, but my story is like very unique. So when I first started Beachbody, was actually in 2012 when I was just like sick and tired of looking like this person, and I was just super depressed. So I decided to do Insanity because one of my friends was doing it. I had no idea what a coach was. I did the full entire program without actually knowing what a Beachbody coach was. I bought it on Amazon. I never when you're done Insanity, I literally just like turned it off. I didn't listen to the end because it's like you are so broken down from that program that you don't even care what happens like after it. So I didn't even like stretch. Like I stopped it. So I never seen that actual like infomercial, be a Beachbody coach. I would have definitely been a coach if I seen it. So I got approached about it. About a year later was May 2013 was when I became a Beachbody coach. It's all right. So May of 2013 was when I became a coach, and I kind of started into kind of like a hobby coach. I wasn't all in. I didn't believe in Beachbody being a career or anything like that. Because I was a full-time ICU nurse, and that was, my passion at the time, and that's what I went to school for. So I didn't give the business my all until I would say the ends of 2014, beginning of 2015 was when I was like sick and tired of being a nurse because, I don't know if you have any nurses in your team, but it's very stressful. I suffer from an anxiety. So as you can see, I have like hives when I talk. So just nursing just wasn't for me. And that's the day that I was at Summit. I told my husband, I want to work towards this. I want to quit my job. I want to eliminate my debt. So April of 2016 was when I eliminated $72K of nursing debt. And, that would be another call if you guys want to talk about that, because it's, a lot of steps on how to eliminate it. But all Beachbody money went towards my debt, and I eliminated $72K. And June of 2016 was when I said bye to nursing, and I've been full-time ever since, and it's the best decision I have ever made in my life, because you have control of absolutely everything. I could wake up whenever I want. I finally get to spend time with my family on the holidays. This year was literally the first time I got to spend Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, because normally those are just the days that I always work. So it's been amazing. So on to like the actual topic. That's a little blurb of my story. So what's important before we get into how to make Success Club, you definitely need to make sure that you're setting goals and you're dreaming big. Like, I know that Carolyn tells you guys to create vision boards, and seriously, create a vision board, write your goals out, but also do like weekly and monthly goals, and have a success partner so you have some type of accountability. So with Success Club, you want to make sure that you actually believe that you can make Success Club. So with my team, I always tell them that I don't want to hear that they're going to try to make Success Club. I think I'm going to make Success Club, or, you know, I would like to make Success Club. You can't have that mindset. You have to have that mindset that you are going to make Success Club, because you have to believe in it before you actually make it. So really, belief is super important. Removing the excuses, removing the negativity. And how are you going to do that? Is reading personal development. And doing positive affirmation. As I said, every single day, wake up and say, I'm going to make Success Club, and I'm going to save some lives. So you want to have a game plan. So for my game plan with Success Club, I want to make at least Success Club 5 by the 15th. And then Success Club 10 by the 25th. I have really bad anxiety, so normally I would like to make Success Club 10 by the first week of the month. When you set big goals like that, you need to talk to a lot of people, and it's just going to push you to actually make Success Club, because if you say you want to make Success Club 10 by the end of the first week, guess what? That's a lot of work. So it's going to push you to do more. My goal is always Success Club 40 or beyond. I want to sign up 20 coaches per month. I want to have 100 new friends. I need to talk to 100 to 300 people if I really want to, make Success Club 40. And obviously, you all should know the more people you talk to, the better the outcome is. So having a vision and having sacrifice. If you guys work a 9-to-5 job, or if you are a nurse, there's going to be sacrifices. You may have to wake up earlier. You may have to go to sleep late. You may have to miss a few parties here and there. But if you really want to push this business and make Success Club, you got to talk to people, and you have to sacrifice TV or whatever it may be. And also conquer fears. As you can see, I said that, I have really bad anxiety and I hate talking in front of people. I made sure that I became a part of the market council so that I needed to talk in front of people. And now I still get nervous and I still get hives, but now I'm fine with it. So definitely conquer your fears, as far as if I know the very first thing as a new coach is inviting to coaching. So if you fear that when you're doing your power hour, maybe you should invite to coaching first. So those kind of little tips there. Obviously, be consistent in your power hour. There's so many different ways that you can do power hour. And for those of you who work full-time, I actually have a full-time worker weekly power hour. I think I sent this to Carolyn. So if you guys work 9-to-5 job, or you're a nurse or something like that, this is kind of what I focused on when I was a nurse, and I worked 36 hours a week. The days that I worked as a nurse, I didn't push too hard into the business because, with saving lives in the hospital, I can't message people while someone's coding and dying. So there was certain things that I focused when I was working, and when I was off, then I would message 50 people or more. So you want to really use your time wisely. I would, go to the bathroom and message people. However I could build my business, that's what I did. I used every minute, every hour that I had to build my business. So I'm not going to go into power hour because I know you guys know what power hour is. Just make sure that you are doing your vital behaviors. So how to make Success Club and how to share your story. So the most important thing on getting yourself out there and finding these people is actually being consistent in your posting. If you look at Carolyn's page and Carolyn's Instagram, it's awesome. So you guys have a great coach that already posts amazing. But if you are suffering with like your posting, you're scared to share your transformation, this is really going to hinder your success. If you do not post on Facebook and share your story, no one's going to know what you're doing. So it's really important that you're posting at least 3 to 5 times a day on Facebook and at least 3 pictures or videos or whatever you want on Instagram. You need to be consistent. People need to know that you're alive. If you miss a day, someone else is going to sign up that person. So you really need to be consistent and give value, really give a reason for people to come to your page. So like for my page, I like to do a lot of workout videos, and I get messages all the time like, oh my God, Jasyra, I love your workout videos. So I keep posting them because people tell me they like them. I like to post meals because I get questions about meals all the time. Like, what do you eat? So I'm trying to give people what they ask me, all these questions. And then I give them a little recipe, and then I also have a website. So I drag them into my website. Like if they ask for the recipe, I'll say, go to my website, and then it'll allow me to get their email. And then there's another way that you could connect with them. I like to do quotes. So in the morning, hopefully my goal is always to wake up at 6 a.m. When I wake up, the first thing I do is post a quote. A lot of people love quotes. They think like, Jasyra, you're so inspiring. I love your quotes. And guess what? So I give them quotes. You also want to add, a personal touch. You want to talk about personal stuff. If you're married, post pictures of your husband. If you have kids, post pictures of kids and dogs. Like kids and dogs get the most likes. And then engaging posts, like it could be super silly question. Do you like blue or black? Like something that someone's actually going to answer. That's going to bring a lot of engagement to your Facebook. The more likes, the more comments you get, the more Facebook is going to throw that post to your, to your friends. And then, they're going to come looking at your page because they commented something. Or like say, you start liking and commenting their stuff, is going to be like, oh, who's this Jasyra girl? Let me check her page out. Also, call to action. That's so important. You definitely want to make sure that you're actually posting about challenges and you're posting about coaching. That's the only way, not the only way you can get people, but that's what we do. We host challenges. So you definitely want to make sure you're posting that. Going live. Live is so awesome. And live is a very new feature with Facebook. And if you go live, Facebook will definitely throw that live page more out there. As you can see, your phone app now has like a little section for the live. So it's definitely something that you want to utilize. And then obviously before and after pictures, if you don't have a transformation right now, use your teammates. But you definitely should be working on your transformation, because if you don't have one, it's really going to be hard to people are not going to really want to join you because they're like, oh, like you haven't got a transformation yet. So I don't know if you guys ever went to the 3 Vital Behaviors with Kim Carver. Like he said, you should really be a customer every single day. You should be doing a Beachbody program, and you should be drinking your Shakeology, because that's what you're going to tell your customers and coaches to do. So you should be that example. And also just being an example and making Success Club, obviously, that your coaches make Success Club. I can probably go into my Facebook page so I can show you guys a little bit of very quickly of the things that I post. So as you can see, a lot of people, they always say like, oh, Jasyra, you have some weird facial expressions, but this gets people to actually look at my page. If you scroll down to someone's page and you see a face like this, it's going to make you stop, right? So this is like my reason for my silly faces. Like people actually stop and they actually look at it. So it's like 28 likes there. Transformation photos, that's not me, but it's definitely somebody who got really great results. A lot of people say they love my arms. So I make sure that I take a lot of pictures of my arms, and I have 54 likes. Now, why I'm going through likes is because the way I build my business and the way that I make Success Club, I message every single person that likes my post. It could be any post. It could be a picture of my niece. If you liked my photo, guess what? I'm going to message you and ask you if you want to join a challenge or whatever it may be. So those are the kind of things that I post, and obviously you guys can follow my page if you want some examples. So creating events. So on top of making sure that you are posting on your Facebook, you definitely want to utilize the event feature on Facebook. Why? Because it's just another reach that you can use. But when you create these events, you definitely want to make sure you use Postcron and you schedule something every single day. Now, I'm not going to say to like waste your time and like post in there every single day. You want to, use your time wisely. So you want to use Postcron. So I'm going to show you what I do with my my events. So I create my events always like in 2 weeks before the end of the month. I start doing my events for the following month. And I always make sure it's nice little picture, good information, which no one actually ever reads this. But I always make sure that I do have it at least. But what I do with my events, I try to definitely make sure invite the people that I think that are going to respond. But I'm not sure if you guys know about the feature of the adding friends to lists. So it's really easy to invite people when you actually add all your new friends to lists. So I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. Let me see if I think I maxed out on inviting for this one. So yeah, so if you invite for lists, it's like so much easier to actually invite people. So when I add new friends, I put them in categories. And like say this month is January, so I'm going to start inviting people from December, and I will go ahead and select all these people, and some people actually respond. Like maybe I haven't talked to them, I started liking and commenting their stuff, but this is going to get people that I have absolutely no idea if they would be interested. They're going to go ahead and RSVP. So like when I look at this, these are like my friends, my new friends that actually, we became friends in November. So I like to do that. If you guys don't know how to add people to lists, you could tell me in the end and I can show you how to do that. But I'm sure Carolyn probably already told you how to do that. So as far as scheduling posts, so what I like to do within every single day, I'm posting a sample recipe. I'm posting before and after pictures. So basically before and after pictures and a lot of recipes. The reason why I do this is that these 4 people right here, they actually didn't even RSVP to my challenge, but they're liking my stuff within my event. So that gives me, the invitation that I can invite them because they liked one of my posts inside the event. So that's what I do with my events. And that's another way that I find people. And I get a lot of Success Club points from my events that, with the pictures, not actually people that RSVP to them. Let's go back to the slide. Okay. The next thing is making it simple. So like I said, with who do I approach? I approach the people that like my stuff. So if you really want to make Success Club, you definitely want to make sure that you're messaging people that are liking your stuff because those are your followers. Those are the people who actually take the time to like and comment your stuff. So I have like a very simple message. I changed it up every single month depending on what type of challenge that I'm doing or, whatever I post it. But it's really simple. Like every single person that liked my stuff, if you haven't signed up yet, you're gonna get like, hey Carolyn, I know this is super simple, but I want to help a few ladies reach their health and fitness goals. I have a health and fitness challenge coming up. Were you interested in some details? And I'm either gonna get an ignore, I'm gonna get a yes, I'm gonna get a maybe, I'm gonna get something. And I actually get a lot of messages back saying yes. So this is the message I send to every single person that likes my stuff as far as like a fitness post or whatever. Now, if you posted something about coaching, then you want to, obviously tailor your message to the person that you're talking to. But my message would be, hey, Jasyra, I wanted to thank you for liking my post about whatever that post was, whether it was one of the posts that you may have did for your blitz, or if it was a picture of your team, or it could just be anything that has to be related with Beachbody. You won a free trip to Dominican Republic, whatever it may be, you can go ahead and message all those people that liked that photo, and you'll be like, hey, I know that you liked my post about winning Dominican Republic trip. I was actually wondering, like, were you interested in learning what I do? Because I actually earned the trip, and that's super awesome. Like, there's so many scripts out there, and Carolyn has amazing scripts for you guys. So definitely make sure you utilize them, but also make them sound like you. Do not copy and paste. You definitely want to, put you into that message. Then closing the deal. So when you actually start having these conversations with these people, it's going to be really important that you become the expert. And I'm not saying that you need to be a personal trainer or a dietitian or anything like that, but you need to be an expert of the programs. You need to know what Insanity is. You need to know what P90X is. And you need to know what you're going to recommend your customer or your future coach. So you need to be confident, and you need to know your prices, and you need to know, Coach Online Office. You need to know this stuff. So you definitely want to tailor each message. So if someone says, like, with my background of nursing, I have a bit more information about medicine and, health problems or anything like that. So I get really detailed in asking questions of what their health problems are, what medications there are. But if you don't have that background, you can still know that PIO is good for people who don't have really great knees. Like, you should know stuff like that. Like, if someone says, I eat horrible and I don't know portion control, guess what? Probably 21 Day Fix or any program that has containers should be the program that you should be recommending them. So just know your program and tailor the message, and make sure you're tweaking the scripts, because you don't want to sound like a robot. Be supportive and understanding. So what I started doing, if they say no, or they, can't afford it, I tell them about the, free trial BOD. And then, don't write too much. You don't want to send them 2-paragraph, like something super long. No one's going to read it. You want to make everything super simple, just like that message that I send to everyone is like 3 lines. If you're sending 10 lines, they're going to be like, oh, this is spam. So keep it short, keep it simple. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was tracking. If you're talking to a lot of people, do not use Facebook Messenger as your tracker, because you're not going to remember anybody. Like, the days that I message 100 people, I'm not going to remember those 100 people. So I always track them now. I don't write every single person down that I messaged. I write people who actually respond back to me. So there's so many different ways that you can track people. You can use planners. I use alarms. If someone says they're going to order something, I have an alarm and I put, them in my planner. I have a to-do list, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. You can use pen and paper, which I really don't recommend, because it's a great system, but it's going to be hard to track a lot of people, especially if you have a goal to be elite or something like that. You have to talk to a lot of people, and it's really hard to track, your orders and stuff like that. There's Teamsy and there's Streak, but I use Google Sheets, and I'm going to show you guys my Google Sheets really quickly. So I use Sheets for everything. So this is, I'll go into my January. So any single person that said, yes, Jasyra, I'm interested in your challenge, their name goes here. And then I have a color coding system. I obviously don't have the key on here because I already know what it is. But this is the key that I created. Like, if they signed up, they go green. If they said no, they're red. If they blocked me, they're blue. I don't get a lot of blocks. If they're yellow, they say that they're going to sign up. If it's orange, they don't have any money. And then if they ignored me. So literally every single person that says they're interested, I'll put their name in here, and they get, they get a certain color depending on what was our last conversation. I always want to put where we left off, but it just never happens when you talk to a lot of people. But that's like this section of like where kind of we left off, but I never put it on there. But the most important for me is having their name here and having the last day that I talked to them. I don't follow up every single day. But when I follow up with my entire list. And as of right now, I have 145. So this is a very good system to just remember when to follow up, but also to really look at how many people you talk to. So today is January 4th, and I've already talked to 145 people. So this is a really great system, just like if you don't have a system and you want to reach Success Club, because obviously if you talk to 100 people or more, you are definitely going to get your 3 people. And now with this all access, guess what, guys? You only need 2 people to make Success Club 5, and you only need 4 people to make Success Club 10. So make it simple, use the stuff that Carolyn has for you, because it works. It definitely works. And then this is my, my to-do list. My to-do list is very different because I'm full-time, so I have the time to do a lot of stuff. And then, then there's a breakdown for the full-time one. And I think that's about it.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm like, why can't they hear me? Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that. I took some notes, some things that I need to start doing again that I've kind of slacked off on doing, like event pages. I've never actually done those every single month. I think that's a really great idea. So I'm going to start implementing that. And I really dropped the ball with my lists. I had one for every single month, and last month and this month I don't have one. So I'm going to get back into those. Thanks for reminding me about those. But yeah, a lot of really awesome information that Jasyra has shared with us. I wanted to, if you have time, can we do a Q&A? If anyone has any questions for you or anything, does anyone want to ask Jasyra anything? But thank you for sharing all of that. It was amazing. You're super organized.
I try.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions? Come on.
That's okay. My team never has questions either.
They usually do. A little quiet today. I have a question, I guess. So you know that I used to use TeamZ, and I actually have just gotten rid of it because I figured out a way to do it for free. And I can't teach you guys how to do something that's not free, because that's just like making you guys pay for something extra. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So I have decided to get rid of TeamZ, and I've been doing a kind of like what Jasyra is doing, like an Excel thing. Looks a little different. Trying to figure out how yours is just so simple. Every time I do something, it's always super like complicated. But the question I do have, because I do have what you have, kind of. Mine's like a little different, because I do my power hours a bit different. But what do you do as far as tracking people? Like, do you have a system of like when they ordered with like their order date and stuff like that? Do you have a different sheet for that?
Yeah, I have like a sheet for everything. So I'll share I swear I literally have a sheet for everything. Like I have a sheet for like my bot free group, my free leads. So I'll show you the
okay, because mine's all in one. I think that's why mine is a little more confusing.
Yeah, I have it separate just so that I don't get confused, or like, I have an anxiety. So if I see a lot of names and a lot of crap in one thing, it just makes me not want to do anything. So it's all separate. Gotcha. So this is the one with the people who actually, now I have to move your pictures here because I can't get to anything. This is the one for like if people actually order. So if you order, your name goes here. I'm putting the status of how you ordered. You go into red if you are a customer, so that I can remember to make sure that I message you before your next Shakeology. But the great thing is that they actually get, that email now. So that actually has been helping me because I get a few like, oh, I want to cancel my Shakeology. And, I didn't need to follow up because they got that email. but they still get, highlighted red. So yeah, this is what I do for the people who sign up.
Okay.
Simple.
Kind of similar, except all of mine are all in one big Excel document.
Yeah, I will probably get too much anxiety looking at that document. So I like separate everything into categories.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions for Jasyra about how many times she follows up or anything like that? Because I know you guys always ask me that.
Nicole sent a message in the chat. Her microphone's not working.
Oh, okay.
She said, in the Google Sheets, I know you said you keep your lists and mark when you talk to people, but how often do you follow up, or how do you keep track of it? Keep track of the follow-ups? Is that what you're asking? Yeah.
Okay, so that was actually a really good question. So I don't like to follow up every single day because honestly, if you talk to a lot of people, you really get tired of messaging people and talking to people. So what I like to do is Mondays are really good follow-up days because it's Monday, they want to start something. So Mondays are my biggest follow-up days, and Fridays. So those are like the 2 days that I go ahead, and if I have 145 people on that list, I'm going to make sure that I follow up with 145 people. So yeah, Mondays and Fridays are a good day. And sometimes if I'm not doing anything on Sunday, I'll probably message people on Sunday because again, it's Sunday and people want to start Monday. So those are like the only days I follow up. Unless they told me they were going to order or something like that, then they go into my planner and I'll write down, the time that they were going to order or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my other question. What about if someone says they're going to order a certain day? What about if you have, like, for example, the health bet right now, there's a deadline for them to get into the health bet. So when you have deadlines like that, do you ever follow up a little bit more consistently, like a couple days in a row, if they're like really have to get in by a certain date, or you just say, oh, well, too bad?
No, if I do have a deadline for a certain thing, I'm definitely messaging you a ton of times. And I'm going to message you until you block me or you say no. So with the question of like following up, how many times I follow up until you tell me, leave me the F alone, or you delete me or you block me. But if you left me pending on there, you keep seeing my stuff, you're still going to get a message from me like, hey, I knew you were interested before. Would you like to join my next challenge? And guess what? Those people that, I still message that haven't responded back, years later, they actually sign up. Like I have people that I talked to 3 years ago that every single week I'm like, hey, you still want to do a challenge? And they finally sign up because guess what? I'm the person that's in their inbox every week. So don't give up, guys. You gotta follow up. Like if you only follow up 3 times and you give up, then you're not going to make Success Club.
That's true. They say what, the 7th to the 12th time is when people commit.
And it could be like somewhere between that, but for some people they need like 100 messages. Like, I still have people that I've talked to like all the time that message me that they want help and like they still haven't signed up, but they'll definitely sign up later on when they're ready. And you're the person that they're going to remember because you were in their inbox.
Jorda, Emmy worked on me for a year. Yeah, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know a few of you I've known for a while before you guys signed up, so it does take some time. I actually had somebody tell me, I followed you for 2 years and I never liked anything. I never commented on anything, but I want to be a coach. I'm like, well, what the heck, right? So you never know. People are always watching.
People are definitely watching, and just don't give up on people. It's going to take, some people it could take, like me, like you told me about it, like next week I signed up, but there's people that are like really iffy about their situations. They're not ready. They're scared. And you have to remember, and even remember like your situation. How long did it take you to, tell Carolyn you were ready? Like, what's her name? She took a year, so don't get mad at people that they say no or they're not ready. and it's only the third time you talk to them, but you took a year to tell Carolyn yes. So you have to like really be mindful that some people, it takes time. And I have a coach that signed up recently and it took her 3 years to say yes to me. So, you know.
I have a question. So 145 invites is like super intimidating to me. And I like did 15 today and I thought that was good. So
that's not in one day.
But what's your method for inviting? Because sometimes I feel I definitely reach out to everyone who likes my pictures or like comments on anything, but sometimes I feel like there's overlap, and then sometimes I feel like I get lost in Instagram and it could take me 20 minutes to even find someone to invite. So how are you like so efficient and good at like, how do you do 145?
So most importantly is that you're adding new friends all the time. So, you know, and also liking and commenting their stuff so that they can start liking your stuff. So you see the 145, but the 145 could be somebody who I talked to for 3 years that still says they're interested. And I had that conversation with them and they say, yeah, Jasyra, I'm ready this month. So their name goes on there because, you know, it's a potential person. So those 145 doesn't mean that they're new 145. It just means it's combined with my new people, my old people, the people that I talked to 3 years ago that said yes, but hasn't ordered, but they said they want to. But again, the most important to find those new people is making sure that you're adding new people every single day and you're liking and commenting their stuff so they can start, you know, commenting your stuff and being, you know, having a Facebook presence. So posting consistently so those new people can start liking your stuff. And when they like it, then that's like that open invitation that they're going to get a message from you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I had one too.
You can go ahead.
Facebook, is your microphone working?
No, I have a ghetto configuration.
Do you use Facebook groups or where do you find your new people? Because like Friends of Friends runs out and Facebook groups eventually get old for me. Oh, there's a million of them, so I have to find new ones. But
so yeah, I don't find people in Facebook groups. What I do is like my friends who like always like, no, Jasyra, I don't want to be a Beachbody coach. I'll go into their friends list and see if I know anybody there. I do the Friends of Friends, or on the search bar, I'll do Friends of Friends who live in Philly, Friends of Friends who live in New York, or, you know, whatever that search bar is there. But yeah, I go into friends that say they never will be a Beachbody coach, and I'll go into their friends list. And if we have mutual friends, I start add. Because if she doesn't want to be a coach, then I'm going to take all her friends.
do you message people once they've accepted your friend request?
No, I don't like that. I feel like it's really spammy, so I don't do that. I just start liking and commenting their stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's funny. I can't say I haven't done that before. Like, this girl would be great. She doesn't want to do it? All right.
Yeah. My sister doesn't want to be a coach, so I stole all her friends.
That's great.
She's like, how do you know her? I added her from your Facebook.
That's funny. Yeah, a lot of people have their friends list public, so you can just go look at it. Some people have it private, but not everyone does.
I have a quick question. So how do you carry lists over from one month to the next? Because I saw you had like December and November. So do you have I'm just very confused.
No, that was actually a good question. So what I like to do, like I haven't did it yet because it's the beginning of the month, but I'll go into my December month and I'll follow up with every single person that I talked to in December. And if they message me back and still have some type of interest, I pull them to my January file.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, next week I was going to talk a little bit about tracking and stuff too. So you can see 2 different systems and see what works for you, and that'll be good. Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Thanks, Gilby Soda. No? I don't know what time it is. Let me see. 7:44. All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I guess we will call it there. I just wanted to thank you for being here on our call. I'm excited to speak on yours in a few minutes. We've been success partners for like a month, I think about, and it's been like awesome. So thank you so much for taking time out of your night to come and talk to us about what you do and how you do it and how you're so amazing at what you do. Your story is incredibly inspiring, and I know that's something that all of us would love to do someday, right? Get rid of $72,000 worth of debt. I mean, that's amazing. I'm going to have to talk to you about how you did that. Specifics. I'm sure that.
Yeah, I was like, that would be like another call.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people would like to hear that, so we might have to have you back again. Yeah, Christy's raising her hand, and I'm sure Erin would be too if she was not texting or whatever. But yeah, so thank you again for being here. It's really great to have you on the call. I do want to take a screenshot though, because I like to post in the team page and post the link. Oh, but from now on, our team calls are not going to be in our team page anymore. They're going to be on our team website. So I'm working on that. It's almost done. I have the team calls page created, so I guess I can kind of start putting them there and you guys can look at them there. But I do want to take a screenshot really quick so everyone look cute or do something silly. I'm going to post it in the team page. All right, ready? Hey. I don't know if it worked. I don't know if it worked. I didn't hear anything. Oh, there we go. It always does that. But it just clicks like really late. But yeah, so I'm going to post this in the team page, and I'm going to ask for your biggest takeaway from the team call or something that you're going to implement in your business that you've learned from this call. So you guys can go head over there and you comment on that, respond to that. There's 4, 8, 12. There's 16 of us on this call, so we should have at least 10. If I can get at least 10 people to comment on there and share one thing that they're going to take away, I'll do a drawing for some type of something I have in my prize closet. So, all right, I'm going to let you guys go. We have some really exciting things happening tomorrow and within the next week. So go get out there and help people. It's so early. Don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. Just letting you know, Mercury is in retrograde right now. So if people are being crazy and you're getting excuses and they tell you they don't have money and then they go buy a treadmill, then that's what's gonna happen. But after the 9th, Mercury is no longer in retrograde, so everything will be back to normal again. So go out there and help people, go change some lives, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.